soldier. My engine. It hurts. I think this might be it. Soon. Things burning hotter than I knew it could. But look, we've just about made it to the city. That'll do me. Let's go protect it. Whatever happens after that is between me and the so-called gods. With this heat going, I can't spare the energy to think. I just want to enjoy whatever's left of this life of mine. Anyway, it could be worse. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, with who I'm meant to be with. How many people can say that?
Men, women, children, all barred from entry. A damn travesty. A decade ago, Baldur's Gate would have welcomed any and everyone seeking refuge. Who would take in these souls, if not the Jewel of Baldurin? As long as Gortash is in charge, they'll be left shivering at the gates. All part of the plan, of course. Step 1. Create an army and order it to march on the city. Step 2. Shut the gates in the name of security. Step 3. Bask in the applause. Gortash hasn't made Baldur's Gate safe. He's made it a prison. And when his army breaks through, the people will have nowhere to run. To make this city a safe haven, we'll need to bathe Gortash and his allies in their own blood.
It is done. There is no going back. As long as the Undying Queen reigns, I am never to soar unbound over the astral sea, never to cross the one in the void. As it should be. Better a short life built on truth than immortality woven of lies. Better to unite the Githyanki under a prince who would free their minds and honor their bodies. So why do I feel so bitter?
Vlaakith has upended Lae'zel's whole existence. Everything she knew to be true, every plan and aspiration she ever held has been painfully ripped away. Lae'zel's bitterness is born of sadness. She is mourning the loss of the person she once was, and can never be again.
How well you've come to know me. But in truth, she didn't take everything. I have what I have gathered for myself. I'm moored to a new regent, a new land, and new allies. Vlaakith cannot unmake she who no longer exists. And so, from the old battle cries is birthed another. Shma Salar Orpheus, Ma Stilna Forgen in Yeri. Orpheus's will above all. May the comet blaze my path forward. Orpheus's freedom is my want. There will come a time when I can think about myself beyond the Lich Queen who enslaves the Githyanki and the prince who would liberate them. But that time won't come until the Prince of the Comet flies again. We find Voss at Sharess's caress and retrieve the key to releasing the prince. What about him? The historical so and glowing light. She was right to fear him, I'll grant her that. Very well.
How did you? Oh, it's you. I must have let my mind wander. Enough for you to wander in. Forgive me. I am drained. Ever since you killed Ketheric and took his netherstone, the Chosen's control of the brain has been brittle. It's rebelling against Orin and Gortash fiercely. I suspected that when we took Ketheric's stone, the brain would begin to break free. Those brain quakes confirm that my suspicion was correct. I do not know what happens now when it receives their orders, and I do not dare guess.
You feel the Emperor's fear as if it were your own. An elder brain enslaved is one thing. An elder brain unleashed will be the end of everything.
Beautiful, isn't it? The mighty Prince Orpheus, contained in submissive slumber. Come. You may as well sit a while, now that you are here. Your company isn't unwelcome. An accurate summary. I have found myself distracted of late. I'm haunted by memories. They are relentless. I can think of nothing. No one else. The very same Duke Stelmane, as she was known in Baldur's Gate. You thought you were my first ally. Far from it. I have long sought the allyship of others. It is the only way to succeed. Though my relationship with Berlin was different from my relationship with you. In a way, but not the way you're thinking of. In life, she was my business partner, back when we ran the Knights of the Shield. A difficult task for a mind flayer. Duke Stelmane trusted me, and the city trusted her. I conceived the plot, but Berlin took center stage. It was she who met with the merchants, politicians, and patriarchs. It was she who negotiated deals and signed off on agreements. Her rooms played host to the most important conversations in the city. Together, we brought order to chaos. At its height, everything that happened in that city went through the shield. Through us. I could not have done any of it without her. Just as I cannot do any of this without you. But now, she is gone. I appreciate your understanding. What I feel is deeper than superficial cures can reach. and not entirely unwelcome. Most people think that mind flayers are soulless husks who feel nothing. I am glad you are not most people. You have shown me great empathy. We are closer now. Close enough, I hope, that I can ask you to reconsider your position regarding your physical form. I know it is no easy choice for you, but we will have a far better time ridding the city of Gortash if you accept just a touch of illithidness. Not to mention the Elder Brain itself. Our chances against it greatly improve the more illithid we both are. Another quake. The brain is rebelling again. I need to focus, and so do you.
I brought my own paring knife. Now I just need some ingredients, and I'm gonna make something really good, I promise.
So, it seems that Vlaakith is Lae'zel's queen no longer. That took no small amount of backbone. I have. He speaks to me during my nightly meditations. He is well. And Oliver also. At times they are one, and at others they divide. Easier for playing, perhaps. And the land thrives also. I doubt you would recognize it. Perhaps one day, you and I can both return and see it for ourselves. What would you like to know? Anytime. I've been unfair to you. I've had unrealistic expectations of your character ever since I joined you. But honestly, you've surpassed even those. Seems my faith was more than well-founded.
Up there. Plant your feet with care.
Mind if I do?
Keep your distance, darling.
got a long road ahead.
I've got my eye on you. And them over there too. I don't miss a thing.
At least let the children in. They've had nothing but scraps for days.
Glad to see I'm not the only. Lae'zel did well to break free of Vlaakith's manipulations, though I doubt Vlaakith will let such insubordination go unpunished. Oh, nothing would give me greater pleasure. Which of our esteemed company am I stepping in for? Back in the thick of things at last. A long way from Waterdeep. Blood and feathers, leading towards the Open Hand Temple. Follow the pigeon entrails, find the postmaster's letters. Gods, from Archmage to this.
Help us. At least let the children in. They've had nothing but scraps for days.
Diligence and care.
Is that Tara? Why, I think it is.
Mr. Dakarios, heavens! Fancy seeing you here. I suppose you won't be terribly shocked to find your old friend Tara amongst the pigeons. They've always been a personal favourite. Oh, but that reminds me, I found you something. A lovely little keepsake. In the past, it might have helped with your condition, but now that you're better, perhaps you can put it to some other use.
For me? You shouldn't have.
I know, but I just love you so.
Tara, I don't suppose you're responsible for the missing messenger pigeons.
One needn't guess. Pigeon meat is my second favourite.
I'd offer you some of your favourite meat, but I haven't got any. Beholder jerky is surprisingly hard to come by.
More's the pity. But no bother. These pigeons are quite delicious.
Very well. Enjoy your feast, Tara.
Thank you. I most certainly will, sir.
What do you remember? Eye color, hairstyle, accent, anything.
They were big, and they were angry.
Please, in the name of the crying one, have mercy.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Charmed, I'm sure.
If you won't help us, at least let the children in. They've had nothing but scraps for days.
situation stinks. Guild robbers are usually decent enough folk. They take your gold, but they leave your ribs intact.
We loved Father Logan as you did. We would never hurt him. We had nothing to do with his death. And for what? Swear it.
Don't suppose you've stumbled across those letters yet? You read it? Technically, that's interfering with someone else's property. I should report you to the nearest manip. Tell you what, give it here and we'll say no more about it. I'll give you a nice little bonus as well, a finder's fee. What do you say? Fine. Just give me the letter. Forget you saw anything. This never happened.
Never a dull moment.
I knew you'd be back. You're definitely the type to enjoy a nasty bit of news, aren't you? You've got that glint in your eye. So, you'll be wanting a copy of today's edition of the Baldur's Mouth Gazette, then.
We loved Father Logan as you did. We would never hurt him. We had nothing to do with his death. Swear it. You threw a fit with no water. You could last a day. Please, in the name of the crying one, have mercy.
Direct me.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Please, in the name of the crying one, have mercy.
I don't care how big they were. I'll give them a piece of my mind.
You won't help us. At least let the children in. We've had nothing but scraps for days.
That's curious.
Something else.
Is one of those steel watchers stamping us into the dirt?
Why aren't these kennels clean?
You again? Oh god, unless you want me to shove you in one of these cages, stop barking and start speaking. Bloody hell, You again? Oh god, unless you want me to shove you in one of these bloody hell. You again? Oh, unless you want me to shove you in what bloody hell. You again?
Is one of those steel watchers stamping us into the dirt?
You're such a scaredy cat.
The dog stands to attention.
Amicus animalis.
I'm under strict orders to speak to no outsider. I am also forbidden from receiving scratches, scritches, and belly rubs.
A few days in a jail cell. At least we'd have a bed.
Mistress says not to talk to strangers.
Not for communal use.
Hi. She's mean, but Dad says she'll toughen me up. She's an...
Dringo, get back to work. And you? What do you want? This is a private yard. Oh, unless you want me to shove you in one of these bloody hell.
When will I get to train a dog? I see. Right by the door. You should do the same.
I don't want to leave.
I know, sweetie. I'll be safe
in the wild.
What do you remember? Eye color, hairstyle, accent, anything.
You wouldn't last a day out there.
We just played host to an undying queen.
Lae'zel has courage turning her back on a lifetime. But should Great Vlaakith come to settle a score with Lae'zel, well, I might be convinced to kill her.
Undying or not, she was very loud. You'll need to free up your ranks a little first. At your command.
Leading right into that cave.
The boss is expecting you. Hasn't forgotten what you did for him at Moonrise. 2 days just to get hold of a still watcher optic module. And for what? Waste of time we don't have.
Look, unless you're an expert in steel watcher gyroscopics, please get out of my light.
You think I want my clan facing down one of those walking death machines with cutlery? Then leave me to my work. Only if you're quick. Now let me get...
It stopped. But it'll happen again. It keeps happening. The shivering, shaking, quaking. Don't you feel it? There's something underneath the city. Inside the rock. But when I ask the stone why it shakes, it only screams. I want to go home.
A pinch of this.
You'll be getting a mouthful of sparks at...
I shouldn't say anything to you until you've spoken to Wyrm.
Huh? You look different when you're not trying to talk someone down from igniting a barrel of rune powder. Chuck your questions at Wyrm. That's his job.
You're here. Good luck. This damn city's more treacherous than the Underdark.
Ah, there you are. Good. We need to strategize. Wyrm is planning something. Lots of moving parts. I'm still trying to suss the details myself. Some. But what he has planned is unthinkable. Maybe you can help him see sense. Someone has to. Be firm.
Good to see you. Wasn't sure you'd make it to the city. Regretting it yet? I spent a lot of time thinking of worst-case scenarios while I was locked in that cell you plucked me out of at Moonrise. I didn't imagine anything as bad as this. The Gondians have handed Enver Gortash the means to bring about the end of liberty in Baldur's Gate. And the citizens have rolled out the red carpet for the new tyrant. Resistance fighters are few and far between. My iron hands, what's left of the Harpers, and you. I hope. Good. We don't have a chance unless we stick together. Not while the Gondians' metal monsters are patrolling the streets. The Steel Watch, they're a threat to you, me, and every man, woman, and child in this city. They act all civilized, servants of the people, but they only serve one man. When he becomes Grand Duke, it will only get worse. Laws will change, freedoms will vanish, and soon you'll be accused and sentenced before you've even committed a crime. And the fucking Gondians are to blame for all of it. A tyrant's nothing without lackeys. And the Gondians are the perfect lackeys. Dangerously intelligent, pathetically submissive. They invented the Steel Watchers, and they're building an army of them. They've always been happy to provide their technology to despots in exchange for a stipend and the freedom to work in peace. They would have licked Saravok's boots, given the chance. And now they'll kiss Gortash's ring while this city screams. I had a plan to put a stop to them. But the way things are now, if we stick our heads above ground, the Watchers are on us like flies on shit. Same as it always is. In this case, the Foundry where these atrocities are produced. The Gondians are ingenious, but we're more than equal to them. There's nothing they can build that the Iron Hands can't tear down. I've built something unique for just that purpose. A rune powder bomb. First of its kind. 50 wizards high on the weave couldn't summon this kind of firepower. Get the bomb inside the Gondian facility, and boom. Problem solved.
Wyrm, please. This is too far. Everyone in the Foundry would be killed.
Quiet, Barkus. The adults are talking. The Gondians picked their side the minute they took orders from Gortash. If they had any courage, they'd have refused him and died like heroes. Now they'll die like the dogs they are. Ha! I knew you were the practical sort. That's why we get along. The Foundry is in the lower city, down by the docks. Beautiful building, belching smoke into the sky day and night. Getting inside won't be easy, but when you do, place the bomb at the heart of the facility. Get yourself back to street level. The streets will be clear of Watchers in no time. Careful! Lots of open flames down here. I don't want that bomb close to any of them. What is it?
A rune powder bomb? Huh. What the devil has he become? You'll hear no argument on that score. But using rune powder on the Gondians? They are inventors, just like us. Persnickety and self-important, too. But we all have our moments. Something is wrong. Very wrong. Please, speak to them before you do anything. They deserve a chance to plead their case before being blown to pieces, don't you think? That's all. Questions first, violence later.
Those things are terrifying. But they were. And I'm here now. I will be. I just want to be useful, but I'm not...
Now you've spoken to the big man? Good to see you. Never thought I'd meet you again. Let alone fight on the same side. Glad we both made it out of Grimforge alive. And that I didn't have to use that rune powder to make a point. Funny. You're gonna need that sense of humour here. I overheard you're gonna be helping us fight the good fight. Better get on with it then.
Locked, but there's no keyhole. Must be a switch or something nearby.
Boys ready? They're damn near chomping at the bit. What's the plan? Hills.
If you're a customer, go down to the shop. Otherwise, clear off. Well, given this is in fact a blacksmith's, we sell things that need smithing. The shopkeeper can tell you more. Give the lazy sod something to do for once.
Welcome to the Rivington General. Hi. Or want a blade? Or a bow? Or a dagger? Or maybe a spear is more your thing? You look like you know how to use a spear. By spear. What'd you say? Huh? Yep, that's me. On the outside, but he's a softy at heart, like molten steel. Also, he's a living legend. Do you know he's won Best Smith in Rivington 7 years in a row? And he says that if I move enough stock, I might even get to have a go on the anvil. It's Gildrol Angle Iron, for God's sakes. If you knew how good he was, trust me, you'd feel exactly the same way. Oh, yay! Want more? Want less?
How big they were. I'll give them a piece of my mind.
They work for the guild. Give them a piece of your mind.
Why we get in trouble?
How do you feel about Neville?
Why if we get caught?
Different. You might trek all the way there and hear the same. No refugees.
Should last us a journey. Why were these particular red caps closed?
We had an unfortunate incident involving a child's fingers. Huh? Who are you calling this new business?
Up on the hill.
It's up there and we're down here.
And I'm sure the men have been doing their too.
Coddling these vagabonds, and don't give a rat's arse about
My! The fates move in strange and scrumptious ways. I am delighted to see you again. After our little interlude at last light, I was worried you'd gone quite mad. Did it? I'm not so sure. I'm not in the city yet, you see. I'd quite like to get inside, but it's difficult to shuffle your way to the top of the queue when you're, well, as big as an ox. But what if I was smaller, more discreet? Maybe then a kind soul might bring me through, right in their little pocket. Ooh. This day has ended so much better than it started. Now, you don't worry about me. I'll be a good, quiet little apple you can tuck into the corner of your pack, just until we're inside the city walls. Hail, Cyric! I can't wait to get inside.
That's curious.
That's curious.
That's why we need to walk just a little more. One foot in front of the other.
You've been saying that for days. My feet
You're going to hire all the refugees. Just like that.
You'll be in a place.
Cleaning, cooking, construction, the possibilities are endless. Enough to clean Crimson's cage, but not enough to organise.
Soon the bastards will outnumber us. They'll come for our homes, our jobs, everything.
Goodness me, that's terrible.
My dad said I'm not allowed.
You're the one who took a start clearing outsiders in Rivington.
Survive the beating. Let that be the end of it. Don't make things worse.
You want to let those thugs get away with this?
Why don't you take your complaints to them?
Before I saw the giant metal monsters guarding the checkpoint.
Idea. We should go straight to the
Sticking up,
source.
and if we get caught sneaking in,
Never thought I'd feel
a few
sorry
days
for
in
a
a jail
flock
cell.
of pigeons.
At least we'd have a bed.
What? Is one of those steel watchers stamping us into the dirt?
We're by a windmill, after all. Probably some cog or a joint in need of a little grease.
Speaking of grease, are there any sausage rolls left? Then we should end it on our terms. Not
I share your fear, but we cannot build plans on fear. We will have to act for all our sakes. I'll destroy every last blood